Hi everyone, and welcome to our first week of adult programming for summer reading. Woohoo! It's so exciting. And it's nice out. It's really humid today, but we're here for you guys filming this special project for you from your mystery box. You got a snippet of what you're making this week, but all the other weeks, you don't know. You don't know. So we're here to take you step by step through this week's craft, week 1, and I don't have the demo on me, so hold on one second.
Yep.
This week's demo or craft that we are doing today, this is my demo that I made, it feels like forever ago, is a reverse canvas. So we have given you all the supplies in your first goodie bag, your first week craft packet, and this is what we are making today. How exciting is that? I am super excited because we got a lot of little accoutrements in your bag that you can make, and it's so exciting. So feel free to pause at any moment in time during this video as we are going through the steps. It's going to be a little bit of a little different. It's almost like a live video as we have in the past for our Facebook, and so feel free to pause at any time for any steps.
This video might go a little faster than previous videos because we already have a few things made. Our demo is kind of somewhat a little more done than normal.
Yeah.
So yeah, just pause the video if you need to.
Yeah, at any point in time, just feel free. And if you have any questions about this craft, please feel free to call if you have any questions at all, or you can reach us at our Facebook page at herbalpubliclibrary.com.
Yep.
Okay. So
if you need any tools, let us know too.
yes, we do have a bunch of tools. So here's what your bag should look like. Here's your first week's craft. It states that it's a reverse canvas. This bag that I am holding is a little bit different because I took some stuff out of it to prep and prepare for this video. So as you're going through, you should have lots of things in your bag. So the things that are in your bag should be a canvas, a bag of wooden letters, instructions. Instructions, those are very important. You should have 8 popsicle sticks in total. You should have some paint, which are black, white, and brown. You will also have a few pieces of sandpaper. And you might have 1, you might have 2, and if you need more, there might be a few more here for you here at the library. You will also have a nice big old bottle of tacky glue.
We love this
We
stuff.
love it. Love it, love it. And you should also have a paintbrush. Miss Nina's over here. It's not in her bag. Got a paintbrush. So fun. And you should have pictures. On the back of your instructions, there should be a whole page of different pictures that you can add to your canvas near the end. So there's some bees, butterflies, some succulents. So very fun, very fun.
That's cool.
So there are, like Miss Miranda said, there are a few things that are not in your bag that we also provide for you as well here at the library. Those materials are a flathead screwdriver, a pair of pliers, and scissors if you need them. If you do not have these materials, please feel free to come to the library at any point in time to want to rent them for free.
Yep.
So.
And you should have letters.
Oh yes.
We got letters.
We got lots of letters. Like Miss Miranda said, some of these steps are prepped ahead of time so that we can kind of go through step by step, but a little bit faster. So like we mentioned before, please feel free to at any time pause the video.
Yep.
At any time. Okay, now the first step. The first step is removing the canvas from your frame. So I have a few pieces here that I had started, and I figured I could help show ya how to do that. Now,
I'm gonna open mine real
you
quick.
go right ahead. Go right ahead. Because we want to remove this canvas in full, but we want to try our best to keep it as best intact as possible. You will trim whatever is left over, but I will explain more of that later. So what I thought was best and worked better for me is that I had the flathead. Can I see the flathead real fast, Miss Miranda? So I have the flathead here, and I try and get the corner of the staple, because there's a bunch of staples on these tiny little canvases. You wouldn't think so, but there is. There's like 50 bajillion of them. And the only reason is I remove the staples so it's more of a flatter back, so that you can put it on the wall or lean it up against something so it doesn't feel like it's being pushed forward.
Yep.
But if you don't mind the staples on the back because you won't be seeing them, you can leave them in too if they're too much of a struggle. As you can tell, I did most of them here, and then I got to this point here and they didn't want to come out. So completely up to you. But I wanted to show you on the off chance that you're like, those staples are just not my style and I want to take them off.
Yep.
So what I did is I tried aiming for a corner, and then I pushed down on the frame. So you're kind of digging into your frame and then just trying to get to that edge, because most of those staples on the side are more lifted. So it's digging into your frame. So that's why you have sandpaper, which we'll explain in a little bit.
Yep.
Just kind of digging and digging, which this is the more painful step of this process, and all the rest of it goes by pretty fast.
Yeah.
So it's just pulling.
It looks like you're
digging.
under the canvas also.
Yeah. Yes. I try and do it under the canvas, and if I see that it's more raised on the opposite side on top of the canvas, then I'll go for that way too.
Okay.
But it just depends on the staple itself.
Yep.
Sometimes the staple wants to leave, sometimes it doesn't. I was like, wow, this staple is nice. It came off like the first try. I was so excited, and like this one just doesn't want to come. But sometimes if you want to, you can kind of lift the canvas and like pull it up, depending on how far it is into the into the frame.
Yep.
So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So like right here, it's kind of raised just a little bit, not much. But yeah, that's how I do the staple part. And, oh, there we go.
There it is.
We're seeing that staple is being raised a little bit. So that's when our pliers come in handy.
I got the pliers.
Miss Miranda's got the pliers. So now, if you want to just kind of dig your pliers in there and then lift up, sometimes he wants to listen. Sometimes they don't. I took out a lot of staples yesterday before filming, so I feel a little better about pulling the staples out. And some of them are shorter staples, some of them are really, really long. So there we go.
Looks good.
So just like that. So we're just going to continue to remove the staples from our little canvases here.
Cool.
Hi guys, so after step one, after you're removing your canvas from your frame, here it is, isn't it beautiful? We've removed the canvas from the frame. So our next step, as we put this aside, we're gonna pull out 6 popsicle sticks, just 6. And you are going to want to paint them your color of your choice. I used white, because I thought that'd be a nice bright backdrop, as we do have here on this frame. So you're just going to turn them one way, and then you're going to grab your paintbrush, and you are going to grab the paint. And I have a paintbrush. Miranda has a paintbrush. I don't know where mine went. But then you are going to paint 6 popsicle sticks, and then you're going to set those aside to dry.
Okay. Maybe I could continue to paint,
Yeah.
and maybe you talk.
Yes, I can do the next part.
Okay.
So the next step, as Miss Miranda is painting, is then you are going to clean up your paintbrush. After you're done painting the white popsicle sticks, you are then going to, if you want to, sand down your frame. If you don't want to sand down your frame, that is completely up to you. It kind of gives it more of a rustic, more natural look to it. But if you don't want like that look at all, mine on this one is not sanded with the sandpaper that is provided. But I was a couple steps ahead yesterday, and I also painted another frame, which I did sand. So it kind of gives it a different, more of a smoother texture compared to this one, which looks a little bit more rustic, more worn. So if you want to sand it, you can sand it. And if you don't have to. It's completely up to you. But then once you're done sanding, you may also paint your frame. You can paint it brown, you can paint it black. That is completely up to you. I left you those kind of colors to kind of make then your popsicle sticks pop from.
Yep.
So that is your choice on what you want to use. What color you want to use. And then the next step that you're going to be doing, as you've set your frame aside to dry, your popsicle sticks more than likely will be dry by then, since it is an acrylic paint. Yep. So I do recommend, if you are painting, you paint on either a paper towel, a plate, or lay down some piece of fabric down so that you're not getting acrylic paint everywhere, because acrylic paint tends to take a little bit more to get out of a wood or a table or anything like that. Yep. We've experienced a lot of acrylic paint. So that's what we do recommend, that you do put something down as you are doing that.
Protect your surface.
Yes, protect your surface. We like paper towels here. I do. So the very next thing that you're going to be doing might seem a little complicated, so I'm going to kind of try and explain it to you. You're going to want to flip each one of your popsicle sticks so that your paint side is down. So you're going to flip those all around, but you want them next to each other. So it's going to take a few minutes just to kind of line them up perfectly. And there will be paint on the back. This is okay. This is the part that you're going to put inside the frame here. So this will be the one that you're seeing. The back side you won't see, so don't worry about the paint splatters on the back of this. So you have these 2 extra popsicle sticks, and you're probably thinking, what are these for?
Yep,
Why did I only paint 6?
I was wondering.
Right. So here is what you are going to do. You are going to glue one of these popsicle sticks from corner to corner, just like this, with the tacky glue that we have provided you. So what I did is I washed my paintbrush. I did a lot of paintbrush washing here. But I took the lid off, and then I glued on the popsicle stick, and then I laid it down kidney corner to kidney corner. So I'm just going to show you that really, really fast.
It's not open, you gotta have scissors.
Which I need anyway, so I'm going to go get scissors.
Alright, I'll see you in a minute.
Okay. I'm going to go get paintbrush.
Yep.
So the first thing you are going to need to do is cut off this little tip here of your glue so that the glue comes out. If not, your glue just won't. It'll stay in the bottle, and it's a lot more hassle that way. So what I did is I just kind of picked up my popsicle stick and then just kind of did a crazy line, and then used the paintbrush and kind of just brushed it around.
Nice.
So that it's fully covered, and then when you lay it down, it's kind of all there, and it's not going to, what's the word? It'll solidify more to all the other popsicle sticks.
Yep.
And if there's any extra on the sides, that's fine. We can just go wash our hands. So we're just going to make sure that these are all lined up perfectly together, and we're just going to just lay it down. You would say that's even, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, perfect. So we're just going to lay it down. Whoa.
Be careful.
Yeah, this is the hardest part. I would say another hard step in this process is just laying it down perfectly and that it doesn't move. There we go. So you're gonna let that like dry a little bit.
Yep.
Now, you're probably wondering what's this other popsicle stick for? Well, I'll tell you. We're gonna cut this one and do the exact same thing we did with this long popsicle stick. We'll just cut it in half and then put it the opposite way. Because if you were to lay it down just like this, it leaves it a bump.
Yep.
And you don't want too much of a bump or it's gonna be too raised when you do the reverse canvas part of it. So we're just gonna cut this in half. Either you can cut it straight across like this, or you can kind of do like a slant so that you can flip it and then it kind of lines up perfectly with the other popsicle stick. So here we go.
Lots of muscle required here.
Yes. So please be careful. Your popsicle stick might be a little fragile. It might shoot a shard or two out from somewhere. So what I would do is I would probably lay this one here. So, whoa. That's why you gotta be very careful.
You might want to take a minute or two to let this dry
Yes.
a little bit, maybe.
So you could put one here, and then you could put the other one here. You might need to trim it up, which I'm gonna
Yep.
have to do, and that's completely okay. I'm gonna just snap. Just watch out for your face.
We're going to back up a little bit.
Just back up a little bit. So
There
we're
you
gonna
go.
do this. Now, if it's a little over, that's completely fine too. Because I know when I was doing photos and whatnot, I had a popsicle stick that I had to cut just so you guys had those photos in your instructions.
Yep.
And it's okay if it kind of lays a little bit. You just don't want the whole popsicle stick on the one that's laying from kidney corner to kidney corner. So you're gonna also glue those down too. And I'm gonna do that real fast.
Okay.
Do you want to grab the other popsicle stick and then you can kind of switch?
This one?
Yep. And then I can kind of boop boop brush him a little bit. Or if you don't want to even use the paintbrush, you can also use the lid of the paint. No paint, not paint. It's glue. It's tacky glue. You can use the top of the tacky glue as well. So, I don't remember, this one was here.
Yep.
So we're just gonna boop boop. Lay him flat. There we go.
And I will do this one. Let's see. Right there.
Right about there, yeah. There we go. So
Okay.
then we're just gonna let those dry a little bit. So as we are waiting for those to dry, you can just kind of scooch them out of the frame. Because that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna leave it right over there. We are going to come back to our already painted frame.
See how we do that?
See, it was just so fast. We just went poof. We have a painted frame now.
Yep.
So, like we said, you painted your frame, you've let it dry while your other stuff is drying. There's a lot of drying steps.
That's why we do this first.
Yes. So, trust me, all the little steps and the waiting, it'll all be worth it in the end. I promise you that. So now that you have your somewhat glued frame, it's completely fine. You're going to take your canvas that you ripped off behind it. Just like that.
Ah, I understand now.
Yeah, so now that we've taken apart the frame and now we're gonna put it back together.
Okay.
But I might have missed a step. 1 second.
That's all right. That's why we have instructions.
That's why we have instructions. Lots of instructions. Like I said, there's just a lot of parts. Okay, we laid it down. As the wood frame has dried, you may reattach the canvas. So I am on the right spot.
All right.
So we're good.
We're doing good.
We're doing good. Because we're going to get into your bag of letters just in a little bit.
Cool.
So after your wooden frame is dry, we're going to now glue the frame back onto the canvas. And that's when a pair of scissors is going to come in handy. Because after you have put the tacky glue all over your frame, you're going to flip it over. You're going to lay it right back down. Then you will have to wait for this to dry too. It's another drying step process. And then later on in a couple of steps, we're going to then trim the excess
Okay.
canvas off so you don't see that, because that wouldn't be pretty.
No.
We want it to look like this. So we want it to look like this. So we're just gonna let it, once we let this dry, we're gonna scooch that out of the frame as well, and then move on to all of our fun letters that are also gonna be very exciting. Okay, so we're gonna just glue this down now.
Want me to?
Sure, go right ahead.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
And it looks like we're putting the glue on the not painted side.
Yes, that's also very important. Don't put it on the painted side that you just worked really hard to do. So yes, put it on the side that is not painted, the side that's going to be face down, so the side you won't ever see again.
Yep.
So then you're just gonna flip it and then push it down.
Cool.
And then just hold it there, maybe count to 20.
Yep.
I know I still do that all the time. Just sit there counting.
We're good.
Okay.
And we are back for a regularly scheduled program.
Just the regular scheduled stuff.
Yep.
Not the not scheduled stuff. We don't want that. And I'm gonna set this stopwatch too.
Oh, yep.
Because that's what we have to do here. Okay. So, is your canvas dry yet? Probably not. So we're gonna move on to our alphabet letters.
Woohoo.
So if you want to pull yours out,
Yep.
you have an assortment of wooden letters. You can write whatever saying you want to write. Some of these are very squiggly wooden letters, and I will explain to you. Like that's the A. This could be an N. It could be a U. It's whatever you want to use it as. There's Y's and F's and different shapes, and you've got an assortment of letters, and you can write whatever you want to write. But I have already was a couple steps ahead, and I wrote. Well, I didn't write it. I painted. Be kind with the wooden letters because I wanted to be a few steps ahead. Now, if you paint on paper towel, it might stick to the paper towel. Just giving you an FYI there, because that's what I did. So here's our letters that I painted in black. So you can do a couple of different layers to your painting if you want to. I did one for these, maybe two. I don't remember. It was a little while ago when I painted them. So it might have been one or two. But what I did for the Be Kind, this is a K. I know it kind of looks like an X, but it's a K.
It looks good. I like it.
Yes. So I used like a Z, at least what I thought was the Z, and turned it because if you used this one, it kind of looks, it's like lowercase. So it's completely up to you. Some of them are lowercase, some of them are uppercase. I've noticed when I opened the package. So don't feel weird if you're using another letter in exchange for another letter. It'll still look beautiful.
Yeah.
So I used a Z for my sideways end. So it's completely up to you on what you decide you want your canvas letters to be.
Yep.
So now that you have found your letters, you are then going to paint them, and then guess what? We're gonna scooch them to the side and we're gonna let them dry. With a lot of scooching. So I'm going to give Miss Miranda the paper towel that I had painted on, and we're going to paint these letters.
Cool.
We could probably put them in the exact same spots.
Yeah.
Because that's where we're gonna do. So are you having fun doing this craft? Did you guys decide something different to be your words on your canvas? Let us know down below in the comments.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see what other people thought of.
Okay.
Cool.
No, this way. Boop.
Do you have I need my paintbrush.
You do.
Oh, that's got glue on it. Can we use
That
this one?
paintbrush, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't say that. Now it's on the floor. I'm gonna go pick it up.
Getting there?
Yeah, it's pretty dry.
Okay.
We're just gonna give it another minute and we're gonna watch Brand paint.
Tacky glue does dry pretty quick.
It does glue. The tacky glue does dry pretty fast. So it does seem like it takes a lot of steps with your tacky glue, but tacky glue is a very good, fast adhesive. So it shouldn't take too long.
And it's strong too.
And very, very strong. Very, very strong. So, as Miss Miranda is painting her letters, we are going to move on to the next step, which is flipping our popsicle sticks over and putting them in our frame. Where were we?
We were flipping popsicle sticks and then flipping cameras.
So, I recommend not flipping your camera because that's not part of the instructions.
No.
So we're going to flip the popsicle sticks now into this lovely little frame here.
Okay.
Oh, I lied. We are going to trim the canvas first, then put the popsicle sticks in.
Okay.
Maybe. But we might, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go against the rules a little bit. So wait for your canvas to fully dry with your tacky glue, and then trim, then put the popsicle sticks in. We're going to bend the rules a little bit here, and we're going to put the popsicle sticks in first because my glue is still a little wet. So, since we have that lovely tacky glue, we're going to put more tacky glue on. And then we're going to just push it right into the frame. So it's going to kind of go in like this. And then you're just going to kind of scooch it down in there.
Okay. So where are we putting the tacky glue?
Here is where I would put the tacky glue, is right on top of the connector pieces. And you will see in the steps and the instructions on exactly where to put your tacky glue as well. So, just like this. So on the connector pieces, you are going to put your glue on the connector pieces and just kind of shove it in your frame. So please be careful. We're going to do this very carefully. And we're just going to slide the little good old boy in here. Sometimes he fits. Sometimes you might have to take a popsicle stick away too if you have to. It is really up to you on how that goes. I used 6. Sometimes the frames are silly.
Or the sticks are not the same size.
That too, or sometimes if your popsicle sticks are so far away from when you connecting them all together, sometimes you have to kind of push them all back in too.
Yep.
So what you're going to do is you're going to push it in really hard. If not, we're just going to take this popsicle stick off too, just so you guys can see what it looks like. Come on.
I think you're pushing the table too.
Am I pushing the table? Maybe we should have kept those in there. We're just going to take this popsicle stick off then. Maybe. It's fine. It's fine. We're just going to... See?
Spread them a little bit. Maybe.
Yeah, we're just going to leave it like
There you
that.
go.
Because he's already adhered.
Yep.
So you might have a little bit of an overlap where if you removed a popsicle stick, if it didn't fit, there might be a little bit of a space, and that's completely okay. Now, if that does happen to you, like I did, you may remove a stick, and that should be perfectly fine, because if you held it up like this, you might not see this top part here. Or if you want to, you can have your letters, when we get to that point, you can put your letters here and kind of overlap that, and you won't see that either. So it's completely up to you on how you place your letters.
Yeah.
It's completely up to you. But if your popsicle sticks do not fit into the frame, all 6 of all the ones that you painted, just remove one and just kind of space them as you can.
Yep.
Because that's what we did here. And the tacky glue works really fast with the canvas, because we just kind of pushed it in there as we removed one of them, and it adhered pretty well. Like
Yeah.
it's not coming out, as you can see. It's just not. So here we go. Here's that one step. Already all done.
Yep.
So now, maybe
Are you throwing them on the ground?
I don't know anymore.
Yeah, you can use mine. They're almost dry.
Oh, this is one. Found a letter. B. Got it. There we go. We found them. Okay. So now that your popsicle sticks are in your canvas is glued down. Well, your frame is glued down to the canvas.
Yep.
You can move on to the next part, which is gluing in your letters. Or if you want to, you can go to that very back page and choose a picture and cut out a picture of your choice that you want to put on the frame.
Cool.
In the frame. So you can use the little cactuses, you can use the little succulents. I'm gonna use this tiny cute little bee. And we're just kind of mimic this picture here. So cut out your favorite photo, kind of fit it to where it needs to be, and then put in your letters and glue it all down.
Yep.
It's that simple and that easy.
Cool.
So if you want to glue the letters down in,
Yeah.
I will cut out the photo.
Cool.
Do you need this?
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Any specific place you'd like me to put these?
Doesn't matter. This bee's kind of tiny, so I might put them in a corner. So if you want to put like be kind, and then I'll put the bee over there.
No, I'm gonna do this upside down.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do this here, and you can put your bee right there.
Okay, that works. Now you can get very close when you're cutting your bee out or your picture. Now your letters might fall down, and that's also okay. That's why we recommend you putting down a piece of fabric.
Yep.
Or a tablecloth of some kind. Down. Boop, boop, boop. Now, if you could pick a phrase to say in your frame, Miss Miranda, what would you put? Would you put be kind? Would you put something else?
I like Be Kind, and I think I like it because there's a little bee that goes with it too.
Yes.
That's cute.
So cute.
Yeah, I like the picture.
Now I'm just going to try and get as close to the bee as I can. You don't necessarily have to. It's your preference and how close you want to be to the photo.
How close you want to be.
Yes. So I'm just going to so if some of his wing is off, it's okay. It'll be pretty no matter what. So I'm just going to cut this close right here. And then we are going to put the bee here. And what you're going to do after that, once I have fully cut this out, which is going to be in a second, we are then going to put some tacky glue on top of it. And then we are going to use your paintbrush to kind of solidify it to the popsicle sticks that you have down.
Yep.
So it's almost like a Mod Podge.
Yeah.
So we're just going to just snip this real fast. And then maybe by then our tacky glue is dry from the frame. And we can cut that out. And then we're done.
Cool.
Like it's that fast. Depending on what you're waiting to dry. For us it was just a little fast.
Yep.
But other than that, once all your steps are dried and ready to go, it works actually really nice. Really, really nice. And I'm just going to, oh no, I don't want his antenna. There we go. Beautiful. We're going to lay him down there. You want to squirt a little bit of glue on him and then we can...
I am going to do this.
Oh, yes.
First,
you should definitely do that
so
first.
he doesn't move around. And then... like that?
Yeah.
Did I put too much?
No, you did perfect. Because then he will dry too.
He'll dry it clear. I'm going to wipe some of that off.
So even if no matter how much you put down, you can always move it down towards the white popsicle sticks or in between. Or if you're having, like if one of your letters is not solidified down on the frame as well or on the popsicle stick, you can always add whatever you put down on your bumblebee for your letters. So let me just check our lovely canvas. It's still a little wet on this side. So what we are going to do is we're going to just stop it here. And then when we are done, we are just going to cut the rest of this canvas out. And then you have a reverse canvas. And you can hang it up anywhere in your house. You can lean it up against. I'm thinking I'm going to put this right next to my coffee maker.
That would be
looks so cute. Next to my fake plant. And you know, it's going to just look beautiful.
Yeah.
And if you do hang it up, send us pictures on where you hang it up in your house.
Yeah.
Or what you decide to write down on your canvas as well. I think that's all the steps, Miss Miranda.
You want to show them the other one?
Yes. I used on mine, first I had these paper letters, and then I found these wooden letters, which is really cool. So we gave you the wooden letters, but you can also do this with just regular paper.
Yep.
Like we did with the bee. You can do that with words too. So if you don't have those wooden letters at your house and you want to do something else like this and you only maybe have a random canvas hanging around your house, you can print out some letters. Or you can even write them down on the paper too. And then just put some tacky glue, the wonderful tacky glue, down on them too. So it's very, you can't
creative.
see. Yes, be creative.
There is one more thing that I thought about. We have to talk about the giveaways.
The giveaways?
Yes.
Yes.
So for 6 weeks, starting this week, we have 6 basket giveaways that we're going to be raffling off. You're going to come in and each time, or one per day.
One per day. Yes.
But each time we have a new basket, you'll fill one of these out. And you get, actually, it might be better if I show you one like this. Because these will all be cut out.
Yes.
So like this is for week 1. The basket name is on here, and then you fill out your name and your phone number. And you can get one of these, one per day when you check out a book or an audio book. And then you just give this to us. We put it in here. And then on Saturdays
Yes.
at 1:30, Nina and Ashlyn will
Call the lucky winner.
Yep, they'll shake them up, pick a name, and call the lucky winner for the basket. They're themed baskets. There's one each week, starting this week. So come on down and come see us and fill out a little entry for a basket.
Yes, so come check out our new our new audiobooks and our new releases that we just put out. So please come and check those out. They're just flying off the shelves. So please come by and pick out something you like and then enter into the raffle that is upstairs as well. So please come on by, check out the giveaway baskets, come check out the displays, come check out our recipes of the week that we put out every week. So come on by and see all the cool things that we're doing here at the library. And if you have anything fun and creative that you're doing, you can also just email the library and let us know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because we like talking to you guys.
That would be cool.
Or just come on in and tell us all the things that you're doing, because we also like to hear about that too.
Yep.
So, thank you for watching. Thank you. Check out all of our other videos on YouTube. We have a bunch of our older videos from the spring and in the fall and even from last summer.
Yep.
One series I do recommend is Mugtastic Meals. So please go down and go visit those here on our YouTube page. They're somewhere, probably over here. And send us pictures when you're done with your craft. Yep. Thank you so much again for hanging out with us and doing this lovely reverse canvas here. And we will see you again next week for another craft. Bye!